It merely confirmed that the house did not pause its circulation for unconscious minds. By the third interior cycle, I stopped trusting any uninterrupted space longer than a few minutes. The sound began shortly after. Not footsteps, not creaking, breathing. Deep and distant, pulsing through the walls in massive intervals. Each exhale stretched longer than the last. The air pressure changed with it. The house expanded and contracted around an unseen center in a slow imitation of respiration. That was when the word rhythm stopped being metaphorical. I could time it with my pulse. Not matching. Countering. Whatever the house had aligned itself to was not operating on human intervals anymore. The second floor did not exist when I arrived. I discovered it only because one of the monitors updated its perspective without explanation. A new staircase had extruded from a blank wall near the western corridor, curling upward into a shaft that had not previously penetrated the ceiling. The rules did not forbid ascending. Only certain rooms were marked as restricted. No symbol barred the stairs. The house allowed me to see what it wanted when it decided I was ready. The upper level was thinner somehow. The ceiling pressed closer to my skull. The walls leaned inward at imperfect angles. The rooms there had windows that did not face the forest. They opened into other versions of the house, layers stacked like misaligned reflections. In some of those reflections I saw myself, not moving in sync. Those versions lagged behind my motion. Sometimes they moved ahead of it. I stopped looking at my own face after one of them turned its head before I did. By the end of that first stretch of nights, even fear had begun to exhaust itself. Terror required novelty. The house had replaced that with inevitability. The knowledge that each cycle was not random but structured, ordered, incremental. It was building toward something. And I had been placed where I could not leave before it finished. At exactly 12:17 a.m., the first movement appeared. One of the cameras at the far end of a long service hallway displayed a distortion at floor level. Not a figure, not a shape, just the suggestion that something which had not been present a moment earlier now occupied space. The image wavered subtly, as though heat were rising from invisible skin. I waited for it to pass. Did not. Minutes stretched without change. The distortion remained perfectly still, as patient as the house itself. I told myself it was a camera malfunction, a lens artifact, condensation, anything that could keep terror from becoming certainty. I turned my attention to other monitors. The distortion appeared